I did not expect to be doing a live stream today, but I've been working pretty hard. In case you didn't know, I work as a data analyst in the justice system. And I've also been roped into a weird swimmy thing. So I somehow thought that I could swim 31 kilometers in a month. Am I a swimmer? No. I ain't a swimmer. I'm just an ordinary human being, just like everybody else. And I decided to, 30 kilometers seemed okay. You can walk 30 kilometers relatively easily, can't you? No, you can't. And, well, you can walk 30 kilometers pretty easily. But swimming 30 kilometers, that's another thing. Sorry about the noise. One of my, I have a roommate, basically. And she seems to be having quite an animated conversation up there. I hope you can't hear it. More for her sake than anything else. So what is there to tell you before I start things up? Okay, well, the first thing is I didn't know that I was going to be doing live streaming. The reason I didn't know was because of this little bad boy. Let me flip the camera around and you can see it. And flip the camera around and ta-da! Okay. I'm not going to bother with lasers. I haven't got them on me because this was just a complete shock to the system. Have a look at that. I'm just going to put this light over to here, like so, because I don't think I need to just worry too much about lighting for this bad boy. Look at him. He's just an absolute piece of amazing. So I started taking test pieces off. I'll show you one of the test pieces if I can find it. Is that the test piece? No. Because I wasn't going to show you the test piece, and I decided to show you the test piece. Ah, here it is. In the sunlight, this one worked a bit better. But as I was taking pieces off, because basically what was going on was that it was a brown crust on, I should have shown you a before shot. There was a brown crust on this opal. It looked kind of like that, a little bit crustier. There was absolutely no indication whatsoever there was anything amazing underneath it. And so as I was taking this crust off, this started to reveal itself, and I realized that the crust itself, in the sunlight it's a bit better, but the crust itself is doing quite well. This whole thing is just an amazing chunk of amazing. So I'm going to cut this because I am 90% certain that it's going to get a good result. Now, I am still doing the 5 from 5, and I'm very close to uploading the fossil opal video. And what all of that says is, and that's interesting, what you're seeing is purple there is actually green in real life. I'm still doing 5 from 5, and I'm still doing the opal fossil video, but the 5 from 5 is trying to demonstrate that when you're cutting opal, you don't necessarily win every time. So, and it's not necessarily me deliberately trying to demonstrate that, but I figured out if I cut 5 stones. Hi, Jeff. I figured out if I cut 5 stones, then I probably have 1 or 2 failures in amongst them. So here's the beast. Look at it. That's a Cooper Pedy stone. And what I'm thinking of doing is handing over, not handing over, just mentioning the name of the supplier, and it's 50 Frogs. And it's all this Cooper Pedy stuff. I had a good conversation with him about it. It's all in the one hole. So any Cooper Pedy stones that you get at the moment, that's the place where this came from. So let's see how this is going. Jeff seems to have a glitch. But that's okay. I think I'll get started because Jeff deserves the getting started. He's a one-man audience. He's everywhere. So I'm going to get cracking on this. And let's see what this does for us. Before we get really cracking, I just thought I'd show you this one as well. This was another of the 53 Frogs opals. I've done very well. And from the same hole is this one. So if the other one happens to fail, we've got another one to go. And we've got fills still to go. I've done 2 from 2 and it's done very well. So, looking here, what we've got is an opal. That looks like predominantly sand, so I'll probably be cutting it off. But I'll be a bit cautious cutting it off. I think there's a line there, so I'll cut it through that line, and hopefully that will make another stone. So, here goes nothing. Well, really? If you want to watch them, that's fine. I'm only doing this because I was quite surprised by this stone. I think this one beats out Outback Opal Hunters. It's got nothing to do with me. And I'm sorry to be competing with them. What we got here? Let's quickly give this one a bit of a squish. Yeah, I know. And then they go, look, a rock, it's worth $15,000. They have to make it dramatic. I don't blame them. I think my girlfriend's watching maths. Could be worse. I prefer to watch maths with a TH rather than an F. Do you reckon I should have the dramatic music for this? Wow. Dum, 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 dum. I don't know, it might break. Ah. Dum, 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 dum. Will he do it? I don't know. Dum, 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 dum. Yeah. I wish. It's looking pretty good. I'm actually wondering whether I should be really careful about conserving carrots here. The question I've got is, it's a bit matrixy, and does that actually track from the value? So looking here, I may have to cut that bit off, depending on what goes on. I'll keep it on for the time being. Or will I? Always making promises I can't keep. Okay, so it's clearly facing from this direction. So if we face it that way, nothing. Face it that way, lots. So what I'll do is I'll cut the crap off it, and then we'll see what we can do with it. Face-wise. And I have to facet it. It's not exactly something that I'm expert at. Dun. Okay, so the interesting part of this is that I was a bit overzealous, so I've cut a groove in that. We'll see what that does. For the time being, I'm just going to get the stone as clean as possible. Then we're going to worry about how to make it into a nice one. I was not expecting to see this underneath, so I didn't take as much care as I should have. At the time, I was literally cutting the top off it because I thought the top was the bit that I was going to be preserving. So I was quite surprised to see this. I might link the 53 Frogs video because if you saw the original stone, there's no way you'd even consider it. I've had a few dark Cooperpedes, but not a black one. I didn't even know that it was a thing. I'm not sure if that speaks to inexperience or that it isn't a thing. I don't know. But gosh, this thing is just wow. Now look, judging from the back, there's a bit of, I think I am going to have to cut through that bit. And I think now is the time before I waste too much opal. I've learned from some of my past mistakes. So this is just fairly simply fallen in the back here. I've also got a few catching things. So that yes. You're right, Jeff. And the problem is that I haven't released that fossil opal vid. I'll give you a bit of a rundown. The black opal comes from knobbies, believe it or not. And seam opal is essentially mashed knobby opal. And so the black opal you get out of seam opal is actually from the black part of the knobby. So yeah, I suppose theoretically it's possible, but like the papers I was reading were almost specific to Lightning Ridge, so I didn't necessarily know if it was just Lightning Ridge that did that. And I know there are black opals all around the world, so, but like, here's a Cooperpedy opal. That's what I expect. Even that's a bit dark for Cooperpedy. The thing is that like Lightning Ridge is a bit hit and miss, but you get a Cooperpedy stone, you know what you're going to get out of it. You know that if there's no cracks, you're going to get something shiny and nice. I think I can count the number of failures on one hand for Cooperpedy. Alright, so that was mucking around with the tiny little piece that came off. That'll become a nice little earring stone, I reckon. That's one. Here's the main event. I'm looking through here. I think we can do okay with that. I think it was a 5. I'll get you the video. I think it sold for $1. But if you saw it, you just would not have expected this. This was completely unexpected. There was no forewarning. Just a massive black opal. This was $1. Just so that you know. And I happen to know that it all comes from the same hole. So, so the Cooper PD opals that he's selling at the moment, they come from the hole that produced this. And there's still dollar stones there. I think the reasoning is that I wasn't predicting this. I did not expect to see this underneath it. I don't think Riley was expecting to see it. I don't think anyone was expecting this. Still got that groove in it from earlier. Oh, now just sharpening up the edges a little bit. Hopefully that will help out the groove too. Can't believe I'm doing this. Look at that. Also, a beetle landed in my hair. I think that'll buff out. I think it's getting to the point where I may have to put it on the chopstick. There's still a little bit of garbage on there. It's just proving itself to be a bit tough. But other than that, it's been pretty cruisy as a cut. Bit of garbage there. Get rid of that. Trying to even it out. So how are we going on this side? Really regretting that groove I cut in it. We can deal with it. That thing's all sorts of wow. Hard to get that other piece out of it. Tell me where'd it go? Being so concentrating on the opal, I didn't notice the water stopped. Come on. There we go. Cut so full of a lifetime. Forgets about silicon dust. That lifetime is approximately 13 seconds. You seeing this? Feel very Macbeth here. Out damn spot. Should have made that decision earlier. Don't worry, I can recover that piece. Alright, so there we have it. What I'll do is I'll throw that onto the dop stick and we'll see what we can get out of it. I did end up cutting a little sliver off it. Let me see if I can find that. No can do, no kind. Alright, what I can do is what I think I'll do is I've got another Cooper Pedy stone from that same area. I will give it a quick cut. I missed that. Okay. I'll listen to this. Yeah, this is best $1 ever. This is another $1 stone that I'm coming up with. What I'll do is I'll get one started. I think that I may have to pick up my daughter from the station soon. Life sometimes gets in the way. Okay, so this is a Cooper Pedy stone. I'm reasonably certain this came from right next to it. So what I'll do is I'll cut this section off like I did last time and we'll see what's underneath. Doesn't look as good, as promising as the other one, but you know, you never know. So let's give this one a shot. Yeah, I think so. Didn't catch all that message, but I did catch Port Kembla. Whoops. Okay. Have a look at that. There's a piece there. So what I'll do is I'll carve straight down from here. Better to know what you're working with, even if you cut it off a bit. Well, let's see what we got here. You said something about polishing with your finger in September? That nearly happened there. This feels like iron band. It's really quite tough. Let's do this side, see what happens. Yes, the drill. Just so that you know, it really is quite safe. A drill, on the other hand, not so safe. There, you can still see the scar. I think every time I do a live stream I have to show people that, don't I? I think it does look a bit freaky. Okay, so this side's coming up eventually. Let's have a look. Nothing particularly spectacular. I can make it into something. Well, yes, the way I found out it was safe was probably not the best. Although I did set up a gravity drip feed so that my lungs was protected from the dust. Seems to stop working every time the live feed happens. Okay, I reckon I can get something out of that, but I think more interesting is the next piece. So let's go and have a quick look at this. There's something here. I'm just going to quickly carve this away. Okay. I'm going to have to turn this away. There he is. There it is. Can you see that? That's what I'm going for. At my day job, you have to have forms cleared for, you know, walking in a door. It is the law court, so what would you expect? I'm also doing some work for the Dust Diseases Tribunal. I wonder why they did that. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll work on the rest of it. But this yellow material in the middle is where the fun is. Let's see if we can get the fun to happen. Okay, so if we do that. Doesn't happen on camera, but it will happen. Does not happen overnight, but it will happen. So there you go, you can see a little bit of the fire happening. Oh, there you go. The darker the better, apparently. So that's what we're going for. So what I'll do is I'll have a look at this other section of it and we'll see what there is around. What I did notice about here was this bit here. There's just this tiny amount of darkness. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to nip the edge off it and see what's underneath. Well, that's looking promising. Okay, so there's a crack here, so I'm going to have to just go straight through that layer. It's a shame because it's quite opalescent. Maybe I can cut it off. Cut a bit deeper than I expected. Yeah. Hello. Wonder what I made it back safely. Let's have a look at this piece. Oh, look at that. Okay, so that's not a mistake, it's a feature. There you go, that's what we're looking for. So let's have a crack at this piece. Okay, so what I'm going for is there's this little black band just there. So I'll cut that all off and we'll see what we get. Good over, just let the blade cut it. I was using that bit. Win some, you lose some. Nah. That did not go according to plan. Let's have a look at this. Came back to it. I noticed you two were amusing yourselves, which is good. It's a good thing about having a small channel. If I'm growing the channel, we won't be able to have these kinds of conversations. I'll have to make a Discord. Wouldn't make people go onto a Patreon page, especially if it was you guys who were like here at the beginning. Okay, not as spectacular as the other one, but it is there. Let's have a look at this thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly take the top off this. There's a little bit of red, but I think that it's that kind of red that you're not going to see on the cameras, so it's not going to be that impressive, but I'll do it anyway. You're that kind of industrial chemist, are you, Jeff? Just spotted that. By the way, Jeff, I saw you having a chat with my brother. Just so that you know, he's a nice bloke. He just sometimes blusters a bit. Ah, I would too, mate. Look at that. That's silty clay. So this might be surface material. Maybe it's the Cooper Pedy equivalent of Iron Man. Okay, so there's a crack going through this corner here. Bit of a nuisance, I'm just going to carve through it. I really should stop up this hole. That will happen. Don't you worry. Alright, let's see. Are we going to get anything? Just so that you know, I'm seeing an awful lot of flash here. I think you've just discovered Jeff. I think he's referred to by a lot of people as the guy who's awesome to everybody. Patience, what's that? Oh wow. Actually, I went to the doctor's today and the secretary has got a holy vocal. And I said, I'll cut it for free if I could do it on the channel. And she said, yeah, okay. So we'll see how that goes. The farmer will be surprisingly good at mining opal too, because they're used to seeing the soil from the top and they kind of know what the soil's like. They have an eye for it. I don't think that's particularly useful stuff there, so I'm just carving it off. The sad thing is you don't see what I see. It's really glinting at me, this bit. Not glinting at you. You literally can't see any of that, can you? Amazing. You can just see the sand shadow. Won't anymore. Yeah, it was sandy all through there. It was going to just be rubbish. As a matter of fact, I may have to cut up to... This isn't... Right. Cut this into a quick cab. That'll glint away in the sun. You'll like this in the morning. Probably won't like it now. Worried about that. I thought bad decision. No, very good decision. Okay, so that's for the dot. Not this piece here, this piece here. It's quite a long one, but hey. difference between me and Roy is that Roy is starting to polish his opal with his Dremel tool, and which means that this part here doesn't matter. I can knock it on a problem because this is the first stage. All right, there we go. There's a lot more red in that when you look at it in real time. There's still a bit of stuff that I'll take off it, but I'll dop that up. So what have we got here? Okay, so I'll show you the first couple. So this is from the stone we just cut. Got two rather large cabs. These will eventually become small cabs, which is good. This is from the black opal, and I'll turn that into something nice, a little earring maybe. I've only got one ear pierced, so that's good for me. Yeah, don't ask. Back when I was a teenager and relevant and stuff. Haven't put an earring in years. And finally, this guy. I'll dop that guy up. I can't wait to get that guy looking all schmick. I finished it a little bit early because I was scared that I would carve too much off it. And I think it's sitting at about 2 carats, maybe 2.5. And that is substantial. Very, very substantial. So I'm very interested in how this one's going to turn out. Hopefully it'll turn out well. Remember, it's opal, it's a gamble, so maybe it'll just crumble to dust. But it's doing well for the time being. I better leave and actually find out how the what? Yep. You'll see them probably tomorrow sometime. Yeah, I've got to give my daughter a call. I think she's trying to get home now. So I'll have to end the live stream here, but it's been great and I really enjoyed today. Look at that. I'm absolutely stoked at that one. Yep, and you'll get to see them, and hopefully I'll do some tricks. I'll enhance the color somehow. So don't feel bad about me being deceptive and stuff. I'll try and do all sorts of camera tricks to get it going. Yeah, I know. This duck stone had nothing to do with me. Absolutely nothing. It was so easy. I call it an emo stone. It cuts itself. Anyway, I better go and give this daughter of mine a call. Thank you very much for joining the live stream. I really do appreciate everybody who bothers to, to miss opal hunters or whatever. All right, with that, I will say toodaloo and I'll get on with all the other things. Have a nice evening, guys. Bye-bye.